that their experience represents their belief, and in a sense it's true, and in a sense it's not. For example, if they don't get a job, and that represents I have a belief that I don't have any value or something, or someone breaks up with them and they feel they're not lovable. Um, Car breaks down, nothing goes right for me. And how you identify your beliefs is not by what's happening, it's how you perceive, how you feel, and what you say to yourself about what's happening. So I'll say that again. Identifying your belief systems that create your experiences, funny enough, are not done by looking at your experiences and saying, oh, that proves that I have this belief. It's what you say to yourself and how you feel about what's happening and the thoughts about what's happening that determines your belief. For example, if my car breaks down, I don't say nothing goes right for me. So it's just my car breaking down. If I don't get a job, I don't say I don't have any value, I'm stupid, no one cares for me, no one needs me. I say that person didn't need me right now. And so as soon as you say something about an event, you want to listen to those words you use and that you say to yourself. As soon as you say something, you're identifying the belief that not necessarily created the situation, but will look for the situation again to be created. I hope that makes sense. So let me give you a wonderful example of what happened to me recently with belief systems. I was asked to do a talk for a group of psychologists and people in the addiction community, professionals, clinicians, outreach people. And because I wasn't sure of my intention, I wasn't sure what to do about it. And so I kind of waited to like the day before to do it. And then the night before, I started doing it again. And then I woke up and did it again and changed it. And then in the morning, I realized I didn't have enough time. So I said, I need 40 minutes, not 20 minutes. I just put that in my subconscious mind. And then in the morning, I worked on it a little bit more. And then I went there and it went very, very well. I didn't get through the whole thing because I wanted to do insight and practice, not insight or practice. But I was able to do both. Although I didn't get through the whole PowerPoint, I still gave them what I wanted to give them. But I found myself driving home, and then suddenly I said to myself, um, wow, you always wait to the last minute. And I said, yeah, I always wait till the last minute. And why do I always do that? Wait till the last minute. And then it hit me that that was the problem. That was the belief. It wasn't true. What does that mean? I didn't wait till the last minute. It started at 8:30. If I waited to the last minute, I would have started preparing at 8:29. So I realized that the very thought, the self-talk of I wait to the last minute was not only not true, but it actually created an experience in me that made me feel this sense of self-judgment, discomfort, and the words I wait to the last minute. And I realized I didn't wait to the last minute. And it went well. So what was the real problem? What was really the problem? It wasn't. It was some voice in my head from childhood. I don't know where it came from. Maybe my mom. I don't know. About feeling like I waited to the last minute. But whenever something is a distortion like that, last minute, it's not true. And then if it's not true, then it's a generalization. And then when is the last minute not the last minute? If it's not technically, literally the last minute, when is that? The night before, 2 nights, 3 nights? Why is like 4 nights okay and 3 nights not? Why is the night before not okay, but 2 nights before is not? It's this distortion that creates the very feeling that recreates an experience to make sure I have this sensation in my body that I'm being rushed. And that was the key, which is all that was happening was when I start putting stuff down, I really liked what I was doing. And because I really didn't have enough time to put what I wanted to put down, I felt like I was being rushed and a little bit disappointed. Well, that was the issue. And because it wasn't filtered through this belief anymore of last minute, it was really just, you know what? I really like putting presentations together. And that feels good. And I really want to put everything I want into a presentation. And therefore, I'm going to do that next time and enjoy it. Just from saying that, 2 days later, I had another thing due that I had to get ready for. And I spent a whole day, actually, it was 4th of July, I spent the whole day just working on that presentation. I took my time, I had fun. I didn't feel I was waiting to the last minute, only because I was enjoying the process of doing what I wanted to do. So I removed that belief system that kept reaffirming the belief system. So the brain will look for the criteria of what it means to wait for the last minute, even though it's really not true. It will just give you a sense that it'll make you feel like you don't have enough time, and it'll make sure put you in a situation where you don't do what you wanted to do in the in the thing you were preparing. It will make sure so you have that feeling of, darn it, I felt stressed, because it will unconsciously make you avoid doing the thing you want to do just to create the self-fulfilling prophecy. So to sum it up, in order to find the belief system, you look at what you feel about the situation. Here's another perfect example, and she's probably listening, but she would give me permission to say it. She was in my class. Hey, Mila. So there was someone in my NLP class, and she said, "What about money?" I said, "What about it?" She goes, "Why is money's always going out? It's always going out. There's always going out, always going out." I said, "Well, that's a distortion." She goes, "No, it's not. It's always going out." I said, "Do you have a trust fund?" And she said, "Well, no." I said, "Are you homeless?" She goes, "No." I said, "So how do you pay your bills?" She goes, "I work." I said, "So money comes in?" I said, "So money's not always going out; it's also always coming in. How come your awareness isn't placed on the money coming in?" And you do this with money or anything for that matter, and you'll find magic happens, which is the magic of NLP in a sense, which is you look at your internal representation of the experience and you just change it and your life changes. So, example of that is if you see in your mind money coming, always going out, right? What you want to do is just dissolve that image and say that has a right to be. I'm not interested in that. And just imagine money coming in, because it does come in, and just focus on that part. And as you breathe that in and keep seeing that, let the money going out part get smaller and smaller in your mind, and let the money coming in part get bigger and bigger. Hey, Mike, bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and you keep shrinking the part of what's going out. When your brain wants to go, yeah, but what if that happens? You know how that's going to happen. You keep addressing it. You breathe. You relax around it. You notice it, and you turn it into like a hologram. And then you go deeper into the experience in the now. Not what you want one day. It always has to be done in the now. In the now, you keep seeing patterns of money coming in, and you'll see your next day will change. It's really profound. Is there any questions anyone's having? Hey, Param. Mila, hey, Mike. Forgive me, I can't. I don't have my glasses on. Let me see who's here. Mila, having fun? Hi, guys. Any questions? No. So you find your belief, one more time, you find your belief system that's not necessarily creating the situation, but will recreate the situation. The situation could be just a moment passing, but you find your belief system that either created it, looked for it, or gets stuck on it by noticing what you're saying to yourself based on this situation. Nothing goes right for me. I can't have what I want. I'm not lovable. People cheat. People leave me. People control me. Relationships are hard. Life is hard. Whatever you're saying to yourself about a moment is what your brain already believes, funny enough, and it's bringing to light to reconfirm that self-fulfilling prophecy. Then it will scan its environment and your criteria to keep finding ways to create that situation over and over and over again. So you can say, yeah, if you ignore the moment and see it as nothing more than a moment passing, and you put your awareness on what you would like while a moment passes. Now you're in an intentional state of flow. Okay, so I hope the two examples helped, and I hope this helps. If it helps. I know there's only a couple of people watching right now, but on YouTube, I hope you check it out. Don't forget to subscribe for future events, and I'm doing my next NLP training at HMI in September, I believe. Check the website for the next dates. I think that will be up in a day or two, or maybe at least 4 days at the most. It'll be up on my website. And doing a workshop in a couple of months. It's going to be life changing. It's like a 2-day workshop where it's going to deal with all beliefs, filters, and values, and really putting a future into your timeline so it manifests effortlessly. Even though you do a lot of work, obviously it's not as conscious. The work isn't as conscious. And I'll see you soon. I'll see you next Wednesday. All right, thanks. Bye.